Wow, so amazing. It's the best. Look, you are a source of love and light. Now, create a world of positivity. Tweet me. Amazing. This person wants to be tweeted. And let's get into it.
Namaste, Nityanandam, and welcome to yet another video. Now, this time, I'd really like to talk to all of you guys about a topic that has been coming up in my professional life for as long as I've been working as a spiritual teacher and tarot card reader, and that topic is negative energy. Now, some of you may have already seen my
Wow,
video called
negative
If
energy.
We Were Created by Divinity, Why Must We Suffer? Ancient Earth History and What Went Wrong. Now, I
What
put the
went
word
wrong?
wrong in quotation marks because I believe in the principle of Shiva. Shiva not
Destruction.
only meaning the Mahadeva, the god in Hindu culture, but also Shiva as the concept of causeless auspiciousness, meaning nothing is ever wrong. Everything is happening for a reason, and by nature of the fact that it's
That's
happening,
right. And so, therefore, just smash and dash, and it's all part of the scheme. Just smash and smash and smash. It's all part of it, right? Yes. Well, at least according to this person. And of course, a lot of people are just like this. And they're smashing and they're just tumbling in the wind. Like you might see something just float around. Who knows? But the only thing we know is floating around is this person's mentality is just aloof, just fluttering with the wind.
we can use it for our highest growth, we can use it for the good of ourselves and for the good of others around us. And in that sense, everything is perfect all the time because everything is moving to greater and greater perfection.
Wow, greater and greater perfection. Wow, it couldn't be possible that there is fine, like it's a fine tuned perfection where you can get sloshed and wake up the next day and feel sloshed, and it's day in day out, it's day in day out, right? No, it couldn't be possibly that everything's just fine tuned, and that's why it all works. It's perfect. Why does it have to be working towards a perfect perfection? Oh wait, because you believe in evolution, and yugas and yugas of time and blocks of just blocks just savagely being beaten through the narrow of your back through your skull. Okay, it's just smashed. And I thought okay, I thought love and light was something else, but obviously it's nothing, right? According to you.
Anyhow, if you've seen that video, Ancient Earth History and What Went Wrong, you'll notice that within it I mention certain conditions that are now existing on our planet that are basically keeping humanity unenlightened, less than realizing their.
Right. So what are those conditions, right? Will you talk about that? No, you won't. Because you are the condition for that. Because you that the masses just are just bashing, and then they get bashed even more when they take into when they implement when basically they just believe the bash because they've bashed so much. It's just bashed into them. They have no other alternative. There's no alternative religion. There's no alternative healing. It's just bash to them. And bash is bash. And this is the epitome of bash. Okay, look, the worship of Baal or whatever that dot is, the blood mark. I don't know what that is, but look, it looks like an open sore that is just leading straight to the abyss. And so I don't know what that is. So, and let's continue.
Their full potential, trapped in some sense. Some of you may have also seen my YouTube series called Free Yourself from the International Conspiracy Against Enlightenment, an essential 10-step program.
Wow, so many steps, all to find out that there's a conspiracy. What? A conspiracy against enlightenment. What does that even mean? Okay, it doesn't mean anything, and this person knows it. Because if she was truthful, she would say, it's a spiritual battle. Okay, it's a spiritual battle, and it's not about earthly things. It's about higher things and things of principle and morality. Okay, this is a spiritual battle. Okay, but no, she's going to talk about enlightenment, right? Because it's all about light, and she'll probably start talking about that soon. Okay, let's see.
Now, basically, what I'm doing with these videos is bridging the gap between what we would call New Age spiritual psychology or New Age pop psychology with what we can call conspiracy theories, scientific facts and medical data. The YouTube video about the International Conspiracy Against Enlightenment focuses on measurable, chartable, visible things that exist physically, that we can perceive, that we interact with every single day, that are holding us back.
Wow. Because there's physical things out of your everyday bashing that hold you back. From what? I don't know. But apparently she's inferring higher enlightenment of some sort. I don't know. But what are those things that bash against you that are holding you back? They're just obstacles, according to her, just physical things in your daily life. No, it couldn't possibly be that it's just the bash that's in your brain, just tormenting you day in, day out, just slashing and dashing. And then when you go straight and get hemorrhoids and just blast yourself into the galaxy of the multiverse, you think you're bashing and smashing and getting home runs with the thoughts, but you're not. They're just empowering the soulless, soulless abyss, right? That never has a quench for its thirst, never, right? This is what is this? Okay.
Things like neurotoxins pumped into our water and food supply. For example, fluoride, fake sugar.
Exactly. Fake. Pause. You have no idea, zero, because it doesn't matter that they're pumping you and dumping you. It doesn't matter that you're just slashed and dashed and just being tossed around left and right, just being tormented day in and day out with the worm of perversion that just comes in and out and in and out. It just always all the friction. It's just so hot. It's getting too hot. Okay, and what? You're just gonna meditate your way out of it. Amazing.
Like aspartame. Also, ideas like television, mass media, political corruption. When we look at that kind of a video series, immediately two things will happen. Either we'll feel oppressed and repressed and angry, or we'll feel energized and enthusiastic to make changes in our life.
Wow, yeah, because it's just so practical, right? Because if you realize that you're being smashed and smashed and smashed, yeah, that's the most. Of course, you're gonna get angry. What are you delusional? Yes, you're delusional because obviously you will be smashed and angry because up to that point, Satan has been secretly your father, and then when you realize, oh, this is all a lie, you don't recognize still that Satan is your father, but you are immediately mad that things aren't the way that you thought they were, and the minute that you wake up and say, wow, this is all kind of just mash, okay? And when you wake up and that, of course, you're going to be angry. You know why? Because it's the easiest thing that you were taught to blame others. And so you do that for a while, and then you smash and more mashed, and you're just completely like, the cream is just turned into butter. You're just so turned up and just roasted. There's nothing. It's already overcooked and it's recycled at that point. And there's just coal after coal and just it's smoke at this point. And so what are you trying to signal? So are you signaling something? Let's hear.
Now, the reason I titled it what I did, Free Yourself from the International Conspiracy Against Enlightenment, is that every single one of us.
No, it's not a conspiracy. The conspiracy is calling yourself an exposer of the conspiracy and then saying, wow, there's a conspiracy against the illumination, but no, there isn't. There's just a conspiracy to indoctrinate people that this way of thinking is the illuminated way. Okay, that is the deception. Okay, that is the deception. Because no, it couldn't possibly be that people are here to just overcome the flesh, be rise above from this rock and use it to build a hut or whatever you want. But at the same time, it's about humbling and repenting, turning away from fleshy things, saying no to temptation, whatever that might be. But it is a constant currency exchange for your flesh. Your flesh is what gets you forward. And you know what? When you adore the flesh, it just devastates and it just takes no prisoners. Okay, it will just slash and bash and whisper sweet nothings into your ear, all while defiling you.
Us has the power to free ourselves from anything that can hold us back. I'm not calling it they're trying to get us and we're screwed. I'm calling it free yourself because you can.
Exactly. You can say that. You can say free yourself because that's what you're presenting this to be. You're presenting this to be as a pathway to free yourself. Wow. You just confirmed what I said before.
The same talk a little bit about the original seeding of planet Earth, how humanity evolved as a species, where we come from, the fact that we do have galactic
Exactly.
family
This
and other
person knows it all.
places, other star systems. I didn't create that video to induce fear, the same way I didn't create the international conspiracy videos to induce fear. All
And
of
this
them
is
are
all in it love, okay? There's nothing in the world that's new under the sun, okay? Okay, this is it. There's people that have always called out people, right? And there's people that have always corrected and guided and also been smashed and just tossed and just obliterated, okay? And the point here is if somebody can actually live and give testimony for something a certainty, right? Just like this person, that's amazing. So if this person is totally just smashed and actually believes this to be certain and amazing, just you know just bless her heart, amazing. Look, just you can think that way and fine, just blast it all the way into the pavement of the abyss of the spacewalk, okay? And you can do that every day, and just keep bashing and bashing and bashing and think, what am I doing? And just not even know that you're even bashing, okay? Yes.
are being offered simply for the sake of reminding everyone else of something that I've recently discovered in my own life. And that is that nothing can affect our progress as individual sparks of consciousness without our choice.
Exactly. And you know what? That's subversion. Okay, that's how subversion works. Okay, so you're basically saying that we've been subverted, but we openly did it, and we did it by choice. And no, not putting a dot in your forehead is gonna get you out of it. Doesn't okay? I don't care. It could be a culture, or your religion. It's fine. Do it. Do it many times. Do it every day. But listen, there's so many things that. You can be deceived, and you have been clearly deceived, but there's so many things that will deceive you, so many things that will deceive you and enter and worm into you, making you think that you have the ability to see the worm, but the worm is inside of you already, decomposing and eating your flesh, and it's just bashing. It's bashing and bashing and bashing, and you revolt, but you don't even know what you're revolting at. So the easiest thing for you to revolt is it's to say, wow, there's just I'm oppressed, I'm being oppressed, there's so many oppressing things, and yes, the only oppression is the influence, but that influence rewards those people. So the people actually oppressing, so-called oppressing, are just the rewarded, okay? And the ones that are not rewarded are the ones that are just bashed and tashed, but they are rewarded in that sense because they have to live in the illusion and they love it. And this person is telling you, guess what? I'm illuminated, and this is the way. And there's a conspiracy to silence us. Wow.
Now, the moment we find out that something is badly impacting our lives, by badly, I'm not referring judgment. I'm saying badly meaning when things happen in our lives that we would prefer not to have happen. We can easily choose to overcome whatever it is that's holding us back from what we would prefer.
Right, guys, it's all about you. You can do it, right? You just have to do it. Right, that's what she'll say probably, but no, oh no, it couldn't possibly be that you can't actually overcome, and that's why you're just bashing and just slashing and bashing and dashing. No matter how many wisdom books you've read and whatever, you've gone to India and done the whole eat, love, pray, shenanigans. Who cares? It's all amazing. It's all amazing, and you're just bashed because that stare right there is the abyss. Look, you have one looking up and you have looking down or something. You are the worshiper of a false Baphomet, even that, because I don't know if you're actually a true wizard because you're maybe pretending to be come across as one, but if you're not actually one, you're doing a pretty good job thus far.
To experience. Now, negative energy is a blanket term that can refer to a multitude of different things. First, I'd like to describe the word negative itself. Negative stems from the word negate.
Okay, interesting point. She's using her hands. Very interesting. She's almost swiping as though she's been trained or something. Okay, maybe this is the look of trauma as well, because maybe the person filming her that keeps zooming in and out is just the handler, and he's doing what he was told to do, and the same was done to him. Okay, and now this person, she's a young person, and this person now has to be defiled even further because she might believe this, she might not, but who cares? She's probably the reward is somewhere. The reward is somewhere. You just don't see it because obviously it's not for YouTube hits or likes because maybe this person doesn't give a damn. But if this person actually gives a damn, it's part of the marketing. Okay, it's the marketing, which only gets 10% according to some people. Who cares? The number could be, who cares? It doesn't even matter. Okay, and this is all because of this. Okay, the stunned face when you're faced with the reality of what it is that you have to do to just smash and dash. Okay, and you succumb to it. You succumb to it because you look around. You say, "Yeah, everyone else is doing it. It's amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to do it." And you actually look forward to just falling and falling again and again and again and calling it a mistake and saying, "Wow, I've learned so many lessons." But no, you've learned nothing. You just stumble and just dashed and slit and just kind of reaped nothing. Okay? You've only been reaped open. Okay, that's all.
Negate is the idea of non existence. If somebody makes an argument and then that argument is negated by a factual point or a truthful point, the negation, the fact that it's negated, means it never existed in the first place.
Wow. Doesn't that just mean that it's either right or wrong? How, okay, you're talking about negation, therefore if it's negated, it means that it never even existed. What are you talking about? Okay, that just is wordsmithing. What are you wordsmithing? Okay? I think what you're trying to say is that there's no such thing as nothing. There's nothing, right? You're going double squared nothing because let's go back and actually listen because
Is
it's a
negated by a factual point or a truthful point.
okay,
The
first of
negate
all, what is your truth and what is your fact, right? What fact is it and what is it? And who cares? But because this is Smash, so how can you see? You say that you see through this dot, the open sore. I don't know.
the fact that it's negated, means it never existed in the first
Okay, the fact that it's negated means that it never existed in the first place. Wow.
place. For example, if I were to sit here looking at that camera saying, all of you who are watching this have purple skin, check right now and you'll see. The moment you look down at your skin and see, hey, it's not purple, it's a natural human color, it's a natural skin tone, you can write me a message and say, no, I negate your point, my skin is skin color. Immediately, not only will you be arguing with me, you'll be completely eliminating from your consciousness the idea that what I've said bears any meaning to your life whatsoever.
Wow, no. Okay, and she knows that's a lie. Look. Okay, that's the succubus coming out, and I don't know what this is, but this is I don't know. That's Ariel's voice locked up. Okay, and that's the programming speaking, of course. But look, it's just Bash, and where are you in the desert? This is the Great Wall of somewhere, and I don't know, but this is totally amazing. It totally is. Long, luscious hair. Look at this luscious dark hair. It's amazing. It is. It truly is, and it's amazing. So much amazing. And it's not that it's a mockery. It's just it's a total display of the state of the ways of the world. Yes.
The same way negative energies or negative entities.
Okay, because first of all, back to her purple skin example, and what was she talking about? Okay, because when you say you have purple skin and just go ahead and check, the minute that people look down and look and see that perhaps it's not purple, some people actually might see purple. And you have no idea why, but there will be, and most chances are is because they're bashed and smashed and just totally slashed, and those are the people that you want, isn't it? So in reality, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Because it ultimately comes down to what you believe, right? What you're. What compels you? Who who do you have allegiance with? That's the only thing that matters exactly. And if you say, of course, this video is going to be that your allegiance is with love and light, and let's get into it.
Or negative thoughts. None of them are actually real, and for that reason we call them negative. They are non existent. So, as we
Any thought is non-existent as far as that definition goes. Wow.
approach this subject matter, the first thing I'd like all of you to understand completely is that everything I'm about to talk about for the next little while does not exist.
Oh, she just said it. Wow. And then the shut eye of shame. The shut eye of shame. Exactly. What we're about to hear next, and it's gonna be a while, but let's get into it because look, it's not gonna be real,
It is non existent. The
non-existent.
moment you understand that
Wow,
completely,
there is no spoon.
your life will never be harmed again.
There is no spoon, but of course they say there is no spoon, but really you're here to manipulate the spoon. Wow, amazing. So amazing. It's just the mind mash of mashing and mashing and mashing and mashing it again until you don't even know it's mashed, so you mash it some more.
By anything you would consider to be negative. I promise you that, and I will stand by that promise. You can hold me accountable for this.
Wow, hold you
If after
accountable.
watching this video, if after putting into practice whatever concepts I bring up in this video,
Exactly. If you don't follow the program for 90 days, you get nothing back because that's what this is, nothing. And she knows it. And look, exactly, it's amazing. By putting up that disclaimer, nobody cares and you don't care either because you know that it doesn't matter if the people try it or not. It's ultimately the image that you're presenting about what it is that enlightenment looks like and what kind of, pathology it goes along with it. And that's all of it. That's all of it because in the end it doesn't even matter. You smash and dash and just pump and dump, and this is just a trailer of recycledness, okay? Because there's nothing new under the sun. You guessed it.
you ever find yourself harmed by a negative entity again, hold me accountable.
Wow.
I'll apologize.
You apologize,
Now,
and you'll probably do some healing, overseas because you have that much power, and that's so amazing. It couldn't possibly be that you might be doing that wizardry work across overseas, but you're using the channel of the darkness of the swarm. You're using the Ethernet of the swarm. Of course you are, and that's the truth that you will never tell people. And of course you're gonna call it channeling and just astral projecting and smashing your brain. But of course you won't say that. You'll say, "Oh, it's just a way to just navigate the abyss." Of course, of course, of course.
I've had a lot of clients come to me over my professional career telling me that they've been attacked in the night by what they perceive to be ghosts or by what they perceive to be demons or by what they perceive to be
Perhaps because they're doing the practices that you're actually, pushing. Could it be that? No, it's just that they're not doing it right. Wow, amazing.
nightmarish entities. I've also had a lot of clients come to me saying that they're plagued by sinister thoughts or evil thoughts, sometimes even thoughts that they want to cause harm to themselves or cause harm to others.
Wow, why aren't people looking at this and saying, "Wow, instead of all the crazy, nasty, violent video games, that which are the first target, why aren't people looking at things like this, okay, and saying, what is actually turning people insane, or what is going on? People don't just sit in their basements playing video games and then go out and just blast people. No, that doesn't happen. There's something else that happens, and you know it. And of course, this is the path, the paved passage to the Neverland of the multiverse, okay? And you love it.
All of these things are what I would call negative. Negative, meaning we can negate them simply by understanding that they have
Oh, there, she said it beautiful. Oh, that's right. Because when you elevate and rocket launch yourself, blast into the oblivion of what you think is the higher self, you're actually just bashed, okay? And you get there and you're just bashing thoughts right away, and you're just pushing. You're negating. That's what you're doing. You're not peace. You're not at peace. You're negating. That's it. You're negating and you're negatively feeding the beast through you. That energizes and that fools you to think that it's some sort of kundalini nonsense. What is this? I don't get it. What is this? Because obviously electricity is all the illusion. Okay, and it truly is the shapeshifter. And what are you talking about? Okay, what are you talking about?
no right in our lives simply by the understanding that since we choose not to experience them, we won't ever experience them. Basically, whenever something goes on in your inner space, it's there going on in your inner space because you haven't told it not to be in your inner space.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so you just have to tell it not to be there and then let a bunch of demons inside of you, and then everything will be awesome and amazing. I don't know. Look at that. Look at those cat eyes. That's amazing. Look, it's just amazing. Like, what is this? I don't even know. I don't even know. I mean, I can say, I can speak to what this is saying, but what is it saying? It's not saying nothing. It's saying anything, but nothing. It's nothing. It's nanon. Okay, that's the meaning of nanon. It's nothing, right?
I'm hoping this is making sense to you all so far. If I'm going too quickly, or if any concepts are a little bit beyond your grasp, please send me a message about it, and we'll refilm this with more simple phrasing. I've had some people write into me saying that I'm using big multi-syllabic words, and that it's a little bit hard for them to follow.
Multisyllabic. What is this?
I
A
want
word salad? What are you talking about? See, all these are just subtle ways to make to elevate her. She's elevated. She's so elevated that she has to explain to people
this to be as simple,
something, and she's actually explaining that she's explaining.
as straightforward, and as direct as it can possibly be. So please send me a
Exactly. You're doing a beautiful blot. Like, who's actually complaining about the way you would just indoctrinate and blast their minds? Who is complaining about that? Because you do a very it's almost like you're doing tai chi or something. It's just so entrancing. It's just you do it, you deliver it really well, and it's not like you just change it overnight. So you've been doing it the whole time. So what are you talking about? That was just a little gimmick to just elevate you somehow, okay? Because you're just saying I'm gonna do my best to try and get you under this hypnosis. That was what you said.
message if this is going too far. I'm sorry, too quickly. Also,
Exactly. She just admitted if this is getting too far and just blasting you, and she's like, oh, no.
send me a message if it's going too slowly. Maybe I'll make 3 versions. This will be the original. One can be for the intellectuals, and I'll use all the multi-syllabic words you can wrap your thesaurus minds around.
Wow.
And the other will be
Because that's how much she will wordsmith you. She's warning you. Get your thesauruses out, guys, because she is going to smash you.
the simplified version. Maybe for people who speak English as a second language or who don't like the big words. Anyway, all of what we call negative entities and negative energies do not exist. Before we move forward in this video, I'd like to
It
take a
doesn't
moment
exist. Wow. It doesn't exist.
to
The concept of what you call negativity doesn't exist. That's what you're saying, right? Wow. What a statement. What a statement. Because apparently it's just all bliss. And therefore, the negativity is only in your blasted brain, right? And therefore, if you engage in that negativity, then somehow you're just gonna, live a horrible life. What? No, because if it were that simple, then it doesn't even compute. You can't even explain why things are not different already because you're bashed and smashed.
advise all of you watching to please look within yourselves, fill your being with love, fill your being with light, and remember, you create your reality. You create
What is she doing with her hands? Okay, it's all a cast. She's enchanting all these spells, and what is she doing? Okay, it's all look.
your inner space.
You're creating everything basically, and the more you love yourself, the more power you have. Oh, it's so amazing. That's the power of the empowerment. Oh my goodness. How could it ever work? It's just blasting, brainwashing yourself to believe that you are the everything and the all, and that you have it in yourself to just blast into the blastness of the multiverse and to never look back.
You also create the energetic doorway that allows into your inner space anything that's touching your consciousness, anything touching your heart, and anything touching your being.
Wow, what a lie! Because you probably go out there and smash and dash all the time, and that's defiling your inner being that you're trying to say that you know how to protect. Wow, that's amazing. You have no clue. It's amazing because if you're talking about the innocence and the Holy Spirit, that it will purify. It will totally renew you and show you the wisdom of God. But no, you want to turn away and listen to the wisdom of people that put dots in their heads and say that I have a gash on my head, and I know that's the proof that I have a third eye and I can see the light. I see the light, even though I have 2 other eyes that see the light perfectly well. And no, that's amazing because she he wants to be the light, and not only see the light but be the light, and not only be the light but then contort the light. Yes, this fire spinner, and that's the dream, that's the wet dream of every person that subscribes to this. Yes.
You allow it in by who you are, by being who you are, believing what you believe, trusting the people you trust, following the teachers you follow, or ignoring the teachers you ignore. We've been flooded by fear. Our entire society has been steeped in fear. Not only our entire society, but also our spiritual subculture has been steeped in fear. Now that we're in the year 2012, an
Wow,
alarming
2012.
number of people are fearful of
Right.
natural calamities. They're also fearful of negative energies, and also they're fearful of extraterrestrials coming down to do something. Now, what I'd
To
like to
do
tell
something. They're just fearful that they'll come down and do something. No, you won't say what they're afraid of coming down and doing because you have no clue. You have zero clue. There's nothing, right? There's nothing behind these eyes. What is there? Is there knowledge? There is knowledge. There's knowledge behind these eyes, guys. There's knowledge. I don't know. There's probably libraries of mash and mash and mash and more mash, okay? And it's been dashed and dashed on, and it's been depleted and bankrupted, totally liquidated, okay? And it's been just turned about and just sacked. It's been sacked so many times and just obliterated, polished to no avail, okay? And why?
all of you first and foremost is that we've been steeped in fear by the media so much.
Oh yes, the media. Of course, it couldn't possibly be that it's an immoral state. It's an immoral push. It's an immoral swarm. Okay, at every turn of the corner, it will lure you away from what. Exactly. You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea because you think it by allurement and you're chasing your dream. You're piping and fueling the pipe dream of nowhere, of piping the way to space. Oh, what? You forgot you were paving the wave that will just smash its way to the space of nowhere. Okay? That's amazing.
By the government so much, by centuries, millenniums of war so much, that when good things happen, by nature of the fact that they're new experiences, we fear them. We fear them because we can't imagine, collectively of course, we can't imagine such a profound change for the better. So when we see change of any kind, our first gut reaction is that it must be a bad change and
It couldn't possibly be that any change that has been put forward thus far is bad. So yes, we have associated change to just more calamity, just more devastation, just more down the drain. Okay. What are you talking about?
negative change. I'd like to say this 2012 shift will not be a negative change the moment you decide that negativity does not exist in your life. That negativity has no
Okay, there's no change. Okay, because there's only recognition, right, and total submission to what it is, right. There's no what changing into what you're gonna metamorphosize into a butterfly. No, you won't. This is it. Okay, you're developing and you're growing and it's feeding. You're feeding, right? You're feeding, and then you're reaping the rewards of that investment, right? And it's since it's a spiritual battle, it's about the spirit. What are you feeling spiritually and actually making in your life, or actually just living out, right? Because you nothing from the world wherever you can't, you'll just savagely devour it and it won't produce anything. You'll just savagely, scour in everything in your path, and obviously at the expense of others. But no, you're helping them, and that's what you tell yourself. You're helping them, right? You're helping them find the abyss, and you're encouraging them to just, yeah, just get in there. It might be cold, but just you gotta give in, and I promise you, if you do this and it doesn't work out, well, you'll be just ice by then, so it won't matter.
right to be within your life. Just by deciding that, you'll be flooded with so much positivity, so much love, so much bliss energy that truly you won't even need to listen to the rest of this video. You'll want to pause it right here and you'll sit there smiling, feeling
Wow.
flooded and feeling fulfilled.
Wow. Yes, because it's all about a feeling. It couldn't possibly be about a total way of a life, about the walk with life. That isn't about just feeling bliss all the time. No, it is not. Because what happens in a walk of life, you never know what's going to pop out, but you endure. You endure to no avail and you stand in truth no matter what. Okay? And that is life. It's not awaiting change and it's not for you to change. Okay? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Anyhow, back to the subject. Negative means something that can easily be negated, something non existent. Positive means something fulfilling, uplifting, regenerative, something leading you into the higher experiences, not the lower experiences. When somebody says positive, let's look at the root pause. It means that you can find yourself just still, just silent. Not pause, P O S, as in positive, but PAUSE.
Wow, wordsmithing, amazing. It's in it because you know what? It does all go back to the wordsmithing because it is an all an enchantment, and but not only that, but because it does get into the actual evoking of certain intonations and vibrations, of course, that you make with your sound of voice, and of course. All languages have a particular, incantation, right? They evoke something, and you won't talk about that though. And of course, you can wordsmith this, and it makes sense. Pause. But I would say pause, POS. That also has a significance. But ultimately, it's the ultimate sound that it makes, and then how that smashes you somehow. And you won't talk about that. And but at the same time, is it's just the intensity of it all. Okay, the intensity of having such faith and belief that this is it, that there's way that what you're because ultimately this is the image, right? Because you see somebody who's very gentle apparently and very soft spoken, and she's relatively kind of weirdly dressed, but no, it's very natural. And oh my goodness, look, again, there's just a desolation. There's no crops. This person isn't gardening. I mean, this is a desert, but hey, it's amazing. It's nature, and she loves nature.
Imagine positive. Take a pause, take a moment. Pause.
Pause.
When you're filled with
Right.
positivity, you're filled with a life force energy. Now, what I'd like to say is if positive is the opposite of negative, one exists and one doesn't exist. Let's create a world of nothing but positivity.
Wow. Great. That's amazing. Because no, it couldn't possibly be that since you did and you have discernment, that doesn't mean, how could that not possibly mean that there is a sense of polarity? There is what it has been blasted into you, but no, you have some other etherical meaning for esoteric meaning for the yin and the yang, right? It's just a blast of mash, and it's some sort of Taurus for you, and it's just blasting energies everywhere, and it's amazing too. But since how can that not have dualism? Because you wouldn't have to, it's just crazy. I mean, what is this person believing in, right? What is this person believing in? I don't know.
That's Satya Yuga. That's what we're
That's
moving
at the
into.
yuga, guys. So
That's what we're meant to be, and that's what we will be. Negative entities.
what we will be, I don't know. Do you mean the ones that create a positive reality because you just kind of blast positivity through your brain or something like that?
Don't exist. Negative energy is a contradictory term, it's self negating. There is no such thing as energy that is not positive energy. Now, scientists
There is no energy that's not positive energy. Wow. What about the quantum and physics and the astrophysicists that tell you, wow, there's this dark, they even call it dark matter and dark energy. What are you talking about? And that is also MASH. But have you not heard of it? And of course, it goes along with this witchcraft, and you know it, but you won't say it. What are you talking about?
out there might be thinking at this point, this poor girl doesn't know about antimatter. I'm
Oh,
not talking
look.
about facts, I'm talking about truth.
Wow. You're not talking about facts. So facts are separate from truth. That's amazing. So what are facts then? They're nothing then. Okay, so she just bashed, everything. She just said astrophysics is bashed, and it's true. You're right. But what truth are you speaking? Because none of what you have said is anything close to the truth. What are you talking about?
In our inner space, what's negative is non existent, and what's positive creates the future that we move into.
So no, it's not the negative that creates that. What are you talking about? Okay, it's only the positive that does moves forward. What are you talking about? It couldn't possibly be that you're just smashed and traumatized, and that's what is the structure for you, how you the next thing is going to manifest. No, it couldn't possibly be that. No, it couldn't be that. Absolutely not, because your bash reality tells you no. The only things moving me forward are the positive. Wow, this is all bash, because this person is not humble, because she just thinks the positive energy is doing that. No, it's the love and the life. What are you talking about? You did zero for the life that you have, and you're just nonsensically just saying bash things. Okay, and the light that you so love, you worship the light because you think it's a wave and a particle and it's all things. What are you talking about? No, it's light, okay? And you see light. And what is light? You don't know what light is, because it is what a shapeshifter. That's right. It is a shapeshifter. It can take any form. It's electricity. It's amazing, and you use it. And somehow it's part of you. And you deny that fact, right? You deny it, perhaps, and perhaps no, and you just say your energy. So therefore, positive energy is the worshipful, insane false counterfeit of something. I don't even know, but you believe it.
Now, I'd like to answer some specific questions people have asked me about negative energy and negative entity, just for the sake of clarity. One client came to me once, and I've already told this story in another video called Don't Surrender to Any Teacher Without Watching This First. She came to me, she had been referred by another practitioner working in Vancouver, and she told me that the night before, she had felt suddenly called to find out whether her atheism was true or whether there's actually a higher source, a higher power out there.
Wow.
She told me that she sat down on her bed, completely skeptical, completely in denial as to the existence of spirituality, of higher reality, and she started to pray. Now, the way that she prayed came from.
Right, because it's key how you pray. Because you can't just say pray, because praying means exactly. You know exactly what praying means, but you didn't mean it in that sense. So that's why you're about to explain what you meant.
The perspective of somebody basically daring existence to prove them wrong. She said, I don't believe.
You just exactly the defier, the test. You in a way, she's saying, praying in the sense of testing God. Wow, doesn't that sound familiar? Amazing.
In God. I don't believe in a higher power. But if there's any God out there who can hear me right now who wants to be worshipped,
Oh, wow. Yeah, if there's any God out there that wants to be worshipped, show yourself. Okay? Listen, God doesn't demand you to be worshipped. He just tells you that he's the way, right? Okay, it's just insane that what is this person? Because ultimately, everybody has the supposed free will to just do whatever the f they want, right? Do as thy will. But in the end, that's just the suffering of the world, the condition by which our smashed brain has had to deal with it for as far as we can say. But listen, instead of really realizing that and just surrendering and admitting, just denouncing your folly and just overcoming. Of course not. Of course it can't be that, because it can't be returning to the Father of all creation. No, it couldn't be that. It's just going into oblivion and then saying, in the desolation, is there any God that wants to be worshipped? Let me give you all my worship, because that's what you're saying.
come, let me see you and I'll worship you. This is not a devotional prayer. I'd like to make that painfully clear. It's already painfully clear, but to those of you who are not spiritually inclined, when you approach divinity from the perspective of a beloved, from the perspective of a child or a friend, from a deep, friendly place. Don't approach divinity from a place of skepticism, doubt, and demand. She was demanding to be proven something in order to overcome her disbelief.
Wow.
Now, the experience that she had after making that prayer was what we would call a negative experience. Something disturbing, something she deeply didn't enjoy. She said that she felt all of a sudden that she was being attacked. A heavy pressure was pushing down on her heart. She found herself short of breath. She experienced instant terror.
What do you think happens when you just go into the abyss and just put yourself and say, "Please come and I'll worship you," and it doesn't matter who it is, just anyone. If there's anyone out there, please come and smash me. Okay, that's what, and this person is saying, probably gonna apologize and say, "So it was your fault. You just didn't do it right because what I meant was," and here we go.
And bodily paralysis. She couldn't move, she couldn't scream. She said that went on all night and she had a series of disturbing dreams.
Wow.
Now, the reason she drew this experience to herself was that she had
Oh, exactly, exactly. She did it to herself. Yes, it couldn't possibly be because you told her exactly what to do. No.
an innate fear of spirituality. And so her prayer was a fearful prayer, not a
Oh my goodness. So what are you saying? That every person that's a non-believer and a skeptic is gonna get defiled instantly? No. Think of all the people that go to, whatever religion or whatever, and they're praying. Do you think that if the, you think they're all 100%? No. Most of them are not even close to half lukewarm, okay? Whatever. What are you talking about? What are you talking? Even people in your circle, you think they're full core, hardcore, all every day, nonstop, just bash, bash? Maybe. Okay, but they can't all be a high priestess like you, okay? But the thing is, listen, you saying that she drew it, the reason why she drew this experience to her, right, was because she was fearful of the spirits, and therefore that's why they just bashed her and violated it, and just totally gave her this. She had this bash of experience, right? I don't know. What are you saying?
loving prayer. Remember the law of attraction. What you put out is what you get back to you. What you believe is what you bring into your life. It's also something that we can call holographic
Oh, I thought that was a trumpet gonna go wham wham wham. It's just all wordsmithing. What are you saying?
existence, holographic reality. That's a concept that means reality is what you make it to be through your thoughts, through your inner space, and through your state of being. Now,
Could that just be possibly a fancy way of brainwashed? Okay, because that's what happens when you get totally obliterated and mashed and dashed. Okay, that totally means that you will perceive according to the trauma that you've experienced, and that's why there could be a vase full of water, and they come into the room and they bring you forward, and you will totally not even see it. You might even trip and stumble over it, but you won't even know because you think there's nothing there, and you'll be totally confounded and bashed. Okay, that's the level of what you're talking about, that through belief, through it, trauma based belief, right? Trauma based belief, because everything around you tells you otherwise, because it's screaming out the truth. Everything around you is screaming the truth, and you still defile it and you negate it, but you worship it. And so you negate it but you worship it. What a mind blow. It's a mind blow. It's a blowout sale, and everybody's just ravagely taking away the life and beating it relentlessly out of you somehow. And you do it to yourself, obviously, because you're shaming this other person for doing that. But in the end, yes, we're all responsible, but not for what this you would probably say. But the only responsibility is to either acknowledge or defile the life, the truth, and the way. Okay, back to the Father. What are you talking about?
when we say what you put out is what you get back, that doesn't mean that you get more and more and more of the same thing. It's that you get the equal but opposite of what you put out. Basically,
The equal
if
and
you take
opposite,
a
just the
pile
twisted.
of
She's telling you that you just get just bashed. You just get twisted. You get inverted. Disemboweled. It just the in just eviscerated. Inside out. Okay, that's what she's saying.
positively charged magnets, and you hold another positively charged magnet over top of it, none of them are going to jump up and stick. But if you take a pile of negatively charged magnets and you hold a positively charged magnet over.
So for this purpose, yes, negativity does exist. Okay, bashed. This person does have no clue what she's saying, and it's wordsmithing because her concept of negativity is just in the realm of the bashed, slaughtered, just bloodbath of a non-place. Okay, that just it's the abyss. It's the abyss, the swarm of the abyss. Okay, yes.
Over top. They'll all rush forward. The same way, if you flood the world with fear, people are not going to fear you. I'll explain that more simply. If you are afraid of everyone you meet, nobody will be afraid of you, but everyone will recognize your fear and they will take advantage of you and give you a reason to be afraid.
Wow. What nonsense logic or even example for what? Basically you're saying that you're saying that you need to be feared because obviously look at you, you look like something, I don't know what, but I'm okay, I actually do know, and there's an image that I have in mind, and I might show it, but look, this is what is this, what is this? Okay, that is the multiverse. That is the look of the multiverse, guys, coming through and telling you the truth. The truth is the multiverse. The multiverse look. Look at it. It's undeniable.
If you love everybody you meet, they will all love you. Now, this might sound like a catch-22. With things that are negative, you draw in opposite, opposite, opposite in a negative way. With things that are positive, you draw more and more and more of the same. It's a spiral energy. It's a positive, creative energy. Another concept that I'd like to point out here is the concept of blessings versus curses. When you bless somebody else, you also bless yourself, and it has a radial effect. The entire world becomes blessed.
Wow.
When you curse somebody else, you're
See,
only
it's all in
cursing
your
yourself
power
because you're
and humanity, and she's laughing and smashing, right? Look, because if it was totally up to humanity to do that, and that's what this is, then why do you believe in a history just where it was just savagery and just wars and wars and wars that you believe? And of course, none of it's that. It's just a mash. It doesn't even apply because it's as far as you're concerned. It's just it doesn't matter because it's all about you. And even if it was about the carnage and everything, you justify it because you're like, hey, as long as the ones that deserve to live or the ones that lived are the ones that are meant to live. What are you talking about?
creating an inner space of negativity and animosity. Now, what this poor girl did when she sat down to pray, and I say pray in quotation marks, she was basically sending a curse into the ether just to find out what would respond to it.
Wow. Of course, she just dummy booked you of what it happened, and worse, tried to just tiptoe tap dance her way away from saying, "Listen, no, okay." This person did a total let just she opened herself to be defiled, and this person has very a keen observation in telling you that that's what she experienced. But no, you're just gonna wordsmith and say, "Listen, you didn't do it right," and that's why she put the prayer, the thing in quotation marks. But of course, you know what that is.
By saying, I don't believe in God, but if there's a God out there, come and I'll worship you. It's basically like saying, I have no respect for you, no love for you, no reverence for you, no belief.
No, that seems like a very just desperate person, okay? And it says, I don't believe in you, but if there is anything out there, show yourself. And that wouldn't be the first person that said that. So what are you talking about, okay?
In you. But if you come here, I'll worship you. Who wants to be worshipped by somebody who doesn't believe in them?
Wow. Because the God that you believe in demands worship, okay? Demands worship. Doesn't ask for it, it demands it, okay? And the life doesn't demand worship. Life just simply gives abundantly, okay? It is the love, it is the life, okay? And with the truth, you are unstoppable, but this, you are not. This is you smashing, coming to a complete horned stop, okay? It's just there's nothing, okay? And you believe in nothing. You believe it, so that's why there's nothing.
Nobody. what is negativity? Non-existence. Can you say then that negativity and non-existence is nobody? Yes, it's all the same thing.
Wow.
A
Nobody and nothing are the same thing.
negative entity is a non-entity, non-existent entity. What we can call it is a negative thought form, or a negative pattern, or a negative belief. Her own fear of the unknown, her own disbelief in divinity, brought towards her an experience that was unenjoyable because she herself couldn't imagine a positive experience
Wow.
existing.
So it's because she couldn't imagine it. You know how many people can't imagine uh, what you actually are? Exactly. And most people can't even imagine a reality outside of their own self interested reality. So, what are you talking about?
And I'd like to say that this can also apply to everyone who has had an experience of what they perceived to be a negative entity, whether they thought it was something demonic.
Exactly, because that's the whole point of this video, to tell you that negativity doesn't exist, and that's why negative entities don't exist, and they're all just positive, and they're showing you something, and they're teaching you. Wow.
And sinister, whether they thought it was just a disturbing thought or a disturbing dream. I can say very clearly, whatever it was, it didn't exist. It was merely a creation of what you were expecting to experience. Now,
See,
when
this
I
is the trauma that these people go through, and to just come to terms with their own trauma of their slashing and fragmenting that they went through. Okay, and this is all it is. Because what is she saying? It's just a word salad of mash, and there's nothing of content. She's saying nothing. Okay, she's basically saying this person experienced a bad thing because she didn't do it right. But no, she followed what exactly that. She's like, maybe there is something to worship. Okay, but yes, of course, there is. The swarm is always there to be worshipped. And of course, if you don't worship it and you're just in it for yourself, it loves you. It has no reason to touch you. You're doing it for yourself. But the reason that the moment you call it out, it's gonna damn well sure show up. Okay, and it'll show up in ways that you don't even know. Okay, but no, you just rather defile the life, okay, the life that you are experiencing day in, day out, right? Just squeezing it to this very last drop, just squeezing it, and then having the arrogance to say that you are the one that have pushed yourself forward through your positive thinking. Wow, that is amazing. So amazing.
have mentioned this to clients in the past, they've told me, they've argued actually, that their negative experience was something unfathomable, something they could have never imagined just in their imagination. This is a very deeply disturbing experience for people who have had it, being attacked. Some people will experience sleep paralysis, similar to the client whose story I've mentioned. Other people will see scary visions. Other people will hear scary voices.
It's torment, okay, is what is happening to them, right? It's torment that has manifested just so violently in their lives that they can't comprehend it, and it just blows and mashes them even more, okay? But no, you will not tell people to listen. You can practice, you can teach the doctrine of sorcery all you want, but listen, the manipulative arts, which is alchemy and whatever you want to say, transformings of the flesh, of the matter, right, is what are you talking about, right? It's the complete notion of fluidity of something that you call matter, but you don't even know what that is. Okay, what is it? Because no, you have no purpose unless you make a purpose, right, for yourself. But no, you are the purpose, and you don't even know it, and it's smashing you and dashing you and just totally obliterating any sense of direction. And that's why you obey the swarm, and the swarm rewards with a false promise.
or have scary thoughts come up. Remember, holographic reality means you create the reality you live in by
No, holographic reality. I mean, isn't it a hologram that it has all the parts are on all in its individual components? What are you talking about? A hologram. That's a hologram. In holographic, what are you talking about?
nature of the way you are within yourself. In that sense, really and truly, all of it is your creation. Now think of it.
Right. And how about this to smash your brain? Okay, if this was truly just a smash and a fractal, it's because maybe that's what you're saying. It's a fractal of a fractal and it's all in your mind. Okay, what are you saying then? Because if you actually saw that, you would see that this image that's all around you, it's an image. Okay, everything is an image. The image that you're trying to portray and out exactly, and you are in the image of the creator. Okay, the man is in the image of creator. And what are you talking about? Okay, exactly. So we are just the. What are you talking about?
Think of it this way. When you create something, you control the destiny.
You don't create anything. Okay? You don't create anything. You put and you mash and you reorganize and you just use and abuse. That's what it does. That's what the world does. Okay? What the world does. But in itself, it's always abundant. Okay? And you can't understand that because you call love just fleshly love, just the fleshly love, the love that you can come and associate to pleasure and higher elevation of euphoria. But what is that? Okay? What is that? You say it's bliss. It's bliss. It's bliss. It's positivity. Oh, it's just positivity. Just so positive.
Of your creation. For example, if you're a cartoonist and you're creating a cartoon strip and you're drawing it out in pencil, you can always erase it and redraw it. The same way, if you're dreaming a dream and you realize that you're dreaming, lucid dreaming, if you're having a lucid dream, the moment you come to awareness of yourself within your dream and you realize that you're dreaming, you instantly have control over every aspect of the dream scene.
Wow.
It's a very powerful lesson in manifestation, being able to develop the lucid dreaming ability.
Right,
Maybe
the
in a future
lucid, because it's just manipulation of light, apparently, right? Or it couldn't possibly be that it's just an illusion and your total mashed up brain. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be that. No, it couldn't be that in this state that you think you're in control, but it's just a big, big orchestration by the light, right? From the light, and you think that it's wow, it's so illuminating, right? Teach me more. I want to just go blast into that, and I want to learn how to just come on.
video, we'll talk about how to do that. When you realize you're dreaming within a dream, you suddenly have the power to control everything around you. Now you are dreaming. Your life is your dream. This world is made of the same stuff of which those dreams are made. Everything that you draw towards yourself is an immediate after.
I have to point out that she started off all this nonsense by saying, if you realize you're dreaming, right? And then she said, oh, lucid dreaming. Or she said, if you have a dream and you realize your dream, it's a dream, wow, then you wake up. Exactly. But no, then that's why she had to trip up and say, oh, when you're lucid dreaming, so it's a dream in a dream. When you're in a dream in a dream, exactly, in a non-existent multiverse mash, right? That couldn't possibly be, just a dream that you're interpreting that you're in control and somehow it's so wonderful. No.
After effect of your mental inner space, of your belief in your own possibility, and in your belief of the possibility of existence.
Right. She's basically saying if you believe in the light, then the life will guide you. The light, not the life, the light. She's saying follow the light, guys. Follow the light because the light will blast your brain and show you how to be illuminated. Right, and then you could lucid everything, just lucid dream, left and right, and then it'll be that much more easier to just transfer you into whatever it is that you believe that AI is doing. It's just mash. Okay, what is this?
Choose not to believe in negativity and it ceases to exist. Some will ask me the practical question: if we choose not to believe in negativity, if we choose only to believe in love and light and spiritual bliss and higher reality, higher possibility, but still something negative comes up, some negative expression in our mind, some negative thought.
Is it? Are you? Okay. Do you speak language? Whatever. You're signaling. You're signaling something, and you're sending smoke. It's all smoke. It's all just dust. But you're trying to kiss ass to something, and it's just you're exposing everything. It's just exactly because the truth is everywhere, and it's telling you what it is, despite what this person is saying.
Some self negating thought, some frightening thing. what do? Love. Tell it. You're trying to frighten me, but I'm made entirely of love, and by nature of that fact, I can't be frightened. There's nothing more I can
Wow.
do.
No, you cannot be frightened. Okay, yes, you can be obliterated, okay? And that's the situation. It's all these obliterated people that are just mashed and just walking around and just devastated, right? And now they're saying I have the power to feel like I'm in control and nothing can come and harm me. Wow. Of course they're going to jump on and say, "Wow, this is amazing." And when they realize that when all they have to do is just tell themselves and brainwash them to feel like a god, and it's going to be amazing because they'll just go and smash and dash and keep on doing what they were doing, but just with a different outlook. And what the outlook it's purely just centrified on the self-serving, the self-satisfying, just sell your children as fast as you can.
There's nothing more I can be. There's nothing more I can say. Just, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to frighten me or hold me down. Let you realize that you are
Right, because you get to say that, right? And people are going to believe this into oblivion when people are just being just slaughtered and just dashed. And I mean that's already happening, but I mean when when it's in her backyard perhaps, and it's probably not the slaughter that you're imagining, but it's just a total bashing and smashing of just the constant drilling, the drilling and drilling and just friction just over and over again and just desolation.
also an aspect of light. When you put light into darkness, what happens? Darkness disappears. Really try this.
Wow.
Now,
Really
of
try it,
course,
guys.
if you've never had an experience of anything you would call a negative entity or a negative energy,
Of course.
this doesn't apply to you.
It's she's saying forget everything you know because you've already been smashed and dashed on, and you've been smashing and also dashing on, and this is amazing. And she's saying anything that you might call it a negative entity or a negative experience, but guys, it doesn't exist. It doesn't. All that exists is that you are not willing to rise above from it, apparently. And so, all right, continuing here. Um,
Negative entity or a negative energy. This doesn't apply to you. You're already living with an expression of light. And so just discount what I'm saying. Move on to some other video. Don't
right. You're already being filled with light. You're just pouring with light. Amazing.
waste your time. But if you have had an experience of negativity or a negative entity, and if you feel that you will have one of these experiences again, I can say you won't if you're
You can say you won't if you do exactly what I say.
really listening here. But if for whatever silly reason you do, just
Exactly. For whatever silly reason you do. And what would those silly reasons be? And that's why she had to excuse herself because she has no clue. And she actually does. And but she called them silly. But it's that's what's supposed to happen. Okay, why don't you say that's supposed to happen and you're supposed to just give in to the swarm.
try that technique. Look deeply into that darkness and say, let you be light.
Right, because you are the light, right? Because you get to smash the darkness, right? Because that's what you're meant to do, right? Oh my goodness. No, that is not the purpose, okay? The purpose is you. You are the purpose. The purpose is to overcome the flesh, right? And to return to the Father. What are you talking about? No, your father is Satan and the swarm. Yes.
Let you be filled with love. Let you realize
Because exactly, what is the devil and what does Satan promise you? Exactly. He promises you a love and enlightenment. He promises you to be obliterated by what? The light. Yes, and that's exactly what it does.
that all is love, that there is nothing but love. Really try it.
It is true. Love is all around you. It's surrounding you, right? It's always relentless. It okay. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care if this is a small tree or a big tree, but yes, it will give love and life to all of it. But yes, of course, the world then smashes, and that's why you have the little tree will die because it will be overgrown by this other. But the thing is, if If you just worship the world, it will just demolish you as this small tree did. Okay, but it doesn't mean that love is not around you everywhere, and it is everything love. And so it's
For
just amazing.
everyone I've shared this technique with, it has worked. For you, it will work. And then eventually, for this entire world, it will catch on like a radial
Blazing fire.
cyclone
Oh,
of
cyclone.
perfection.
Okay, so yes, the prince of air, of course, the whirlwind of the prince of the air, and you know who that
The
is,
reason I
but you
say
won't say.
perfection is that nothing bad can come from a place of love and light. No harm can be.
No harm, no bad will come in a place of love and light. Okay, the earth being a perfect example of what a place of love and light is. Okay, because yes, I just stated that love is everywhere, and the light is also aware, and it's just present, and that's what allows you to even see it, to recognize and come up with things as wow, everything is light. No, it's not. Okay, it simply is the project. It's just the image. It's the image. Okay, and you're what are you doing? You're not overcoming the image. You are just you've been swindled into and twirled enough times in the image that you just think that's what it is, and that you should just get fill yourself with as much as the image as you can, because then you think you can recreate it and refurbish it and create your own image. No, it's folly.
Born in a womb of love. Nothing can arise in a garden of love that is not meant to be there.
Wow. So
Nothing
you just smashed what you just said at the beginning, because you said that no bad thing, no nothing, no harm can come from a place of love and light. Well, the earth is a place of love and light, and so your philosophy is smashed. Okay, and so therefore you have to ask yourself, what is the earth? Okay, and you have to ask again, what is love and what is life? Because light, because you have no clue. You have no clue. You've been just seduced by the illusion, by the light, by the image. You've been seduced by the image instead of being told that you are created in the image of God, right? No, you will not pay attention to that and listen to it. You will not, and it's so obvious what it is. It's just you have been obliterated to it. You have been smashed and tossed around and passed around like nobody's business, because truly it is nobody's business, and it's nobody's business because obviously business is so that they can reward themselves. Yes, okay.
can exist in your life that you don't choose to have existing in your life. Before we end this video, I'd like to do a silent meditation with all of you just for a few moments.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So after almost half an hour, then finally she's gonna pray with you, and then you'll agree to her, and we'll listen to what she has to say. But by no means am I praying with this, okay? And no way. And this is the thing, I'm gonna call it out or whatever she's saying, and by no means am I praying with her, okay? What are you talking about? Because she quoted prayer, because that means that there's multiple prayers and multiple gods that she prays to. Exactly.
Focus all your energy, all your attention, all of your everything
To me,
on a deep,
of course.
loving,
Zoom in.
light-filled silence.
Light filled silence. Light filled silence. So you're in the Matrix, guys, and then you can ask for lots of guns, lots and lots of guns, and just demolish and bat the thoughts away. Okay? Because that's what the multiverse is. It's just a fragmenting of your bashed brain, and just dashing and smashing it, and just creating a sense of illusory fireworks, and you think that synapses happening and firing everywhere, but no, it's just the last straws of the flesh that you thought you had. But no, it's not to have, it's to be overcome. Yes.
Feel that you are so strongly radiating light and radiating love that nothing can touch you but more and more and more light and love.
Wow. Just so that you're touched. Okay? She said touched. How does love and light touch you? Okay? I thought everything is love and light. Okay, so how does it touch you? No, you're talking about something else, but you won't tell people what that is. No. Exactly. You just, oh, wow. Look at that. What is that? And what is this now? Okay, getting ready for the slap. Okay, she's getting ready for the slam dunk. Okay, look, it's coming. And she knows she can't wait to deliver it. She can't wait. But look, this is a perfect look. She's obviously reading, of course, and this is a backdrop, but she's getting signals from her handler, and he or she is just having her way, having their way with her, and she's of course she'll be rewarded for this. Amazing. Just look, cue, okay, and come in and blast in, right? Because what happened there? Why did she pause? Why did she pause? That wasn't a meditative pause at all. It wasn't. What was that? What was that? Okay, was there was obviously no card being shuffled in the background. It was just. Did you stare to the abyss too long and just waiting for it to tell you what to say, or what? What are you? What was that? But no, now it's back because maybe the trauma kicked in and now you know exactly what to say. So that's the prayer. The prayer is just to blast off. It's to blast off and to feel the love and light touch you. Wow. That's the whole thing. To pump, you hyperventilate, and then just blast all this euphoria of feeling. Just bask in it, but all the while just batting, just swinging home runs left and right of the thoughts that are just trying to swarm in. But no, it's all illusion. It's all a lie.
Breathe slowly,
Oh, now breathe slowly.
breathe deeply.
So now the
With
rocket is going to
every
crash and burn.
inhale, light is coming into your body.
You're on fire now because you're a fallen angel and you went up too high and now the sun singed you. Okay, you're coming down in a blaze. Okay, and that's the phoenix. No, but people think it's the phoenix rising. No, it's the angel falling, right for eternity, just obliterated, singed, scoffed. You know, it's just. Ugh.
Light is being spread throughout your body. You're now shining. You're glowing.
Exactly, shimmering. You're a shimmering light. You're a shimmering light being. No, you're not a being that just has a dot on her forehead. No, you are a shimmering goddess. Oh my goodness. Yes, you are. Look at the shimmering scales of the, you know, what are you? Okay, what is this?
As more and more light fills your body, that light is also being converted into vital love energy. You are
Right, because light is then liquidated into love. Yeah, somehow that works. And what is that? It's just a serpent, okay? It's a serpent that eats a serpent. It's a serpent that is, it's just a spiral that smashes against this wall, okay? And it's a natural wall at that, okay? It's probably a vertical garden or something, but it's smashing against that so hard, ruthlessly. And of course, she will just follow follow it and just try to put it back together because that's what you do. You try to put Humpty Dumpty back together even though you know it's an egg and it's a shell of an egg. Okay, what are you talking about?
running on the energy of love. You are living on the energy of light. Nothing else exists but love and light. Nothing.
No thing. No thing exists but love and light. So have you actually, congressed with the astrophysicists and said, "Hey, listen, guys, there's no guys, just abandon the Big Bang and just it's love and light. Guys, just incorporate that into your verbiage and just pump it out, and people will love it." And exactly, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. It's love and light. Because light, they say, is a particle and a wave, but it doesn't matter. It's not because they don't know. They have just experiments that are meaningless, and who cares? Because ultimately, what is it? Right? What is it? And nobody will tell you because it's anything but the way. It's anything but the way. It's all paths but the one. Okay? It's all paths but the one, and you can deny it as much as you want, but it's gonna just ruthlessly just come after you at every given point of the day and at every point of the night when you're sleeping. Exactly, because they'll come and just demolish you, and they'll sack and rape and pillage your dreams. Okay, and it's amazing. It's amazing. It truly is.
Continue to breathe slowly and deeply. Continue to feel that not only you are being flooded by love and light,
Flooded
but
now.
also that you are flooding your surroundings with that same.
So she's talking about the swarm. She's talking about let the swarm take you, and then now you're part of the swarm.
Love in that same light. Feel connected to me as I sit here, feeling flooded by love and light, and flooding outwards love and light. Feel connected to everyone else on this planet, in tune with the love and light frequency.
Right, because it's all about feeling again. Because does light feel? I don't know. And you have, if you're a light being, what is a light being? And a shimmering, glowing, bright, radiant, blazing being. What does it have to meditate? Okay, if it's a light being, why do you have to meditate? Right? Okay, what is meditation? No, it's just when you sit down and just blast into oblivion and then think that you're in control, but really you're being defiled. And what does that mean? That means that you have, when you come back and you think that you have knowledge to apply to your daily problems, no. It's just ways to just go further into the abyss. And that's when there's no turning back, okay? Because if you actually paid attention and realized that you were being deceived, and of course, to just keep doing what you're doing, it doesn't matter as long as it feels good. Yes.
We are all a family here.
We're all a family here. At the ranch where you at? Like where are you? And of course, maybe if you mean as a global whatever, Earth kind, because now you're probably indoctrinated to use all sorts of terms for referring to mankind or human, whatever you want to say. But listen, what are you saying? Nothing.
If you'd like to continue this meditation longer, then it will be recorded for this video. Please pause the capture.
Wow.
Please pause on the computer. Sit with this feeling, breathing in deeply, as long as you feel inclined to do. You can be the judge for the time for your own meditation. It's your choice.
Exactly. It's always your choice. It's always me, and how I do it, right? Because I did it my way. Exactly. So if it's your way, then why should anyone listen to anyone else? Because ultimately it's your way. So that's why it's a bash, scrambled way to even see or even think possible of even living. Because no, you're not living. You're just bashing. You're just smashing and bashing and bashing and smashing and snapping and just contorting and contortion. But no, hey, it's circus. It's amazing. It's so amazing.
If you want to rush through it, if you're not a meditator, don't skip forward. Sit and do it anyway.
Ah, right. And that's when the dominatrix comes in and just smashes you and just sodomizes you, even though you didn't even know it was gonna happen. And you're like, wow, that was actually good. And then you go back and just get smashed and defiled and passed around and tossed around and just totally just discombobulated into smithereens, into confetti, and then packed into a pinata and then blasted to the children's party, where then you will come out as the dust that then defiles all the children. And you are dust. You are dust, okay? Because you believe it. And that's why I say it.
You'll be enjoying it. Listen to the sounds of these beautiful Indian birds in the background.
Oh, yes. Listen to them. Just listen to them. Because no, she hasn't been listening to them at all this whole time until now. There was probably a cue to make reference to the bird because they worship the bird mind that elevates above, and it's the air. It's in the air, of course. This looks like a creepy, doll that just turned her head and it's just, looking into the abyss. Okay, what is up with this person? There's just this catatonic stare. There's what is going on? And some people might mistake this as peace. Wow, this person has so much bliss and they're so peaceful, and that's why they're acting this way. No, this is trauma at its best. Look at this individual. I don't see any joy in their eyes. It's just abyss, torment, and what is this? It's just using her sensuality and her beauty and her youth for to produce something that's very profane and very sinister. And what is she doing? She has no clue. Obliterated, maybe just parroting, just cued. She's cued. This is the stare of being cued. Yes.
visualize that the love and the light that's flooding you is spilling out past the parameter of the walls of the room that you're in. If you're outdoors, just visualize it expanding and expanding.
Expanding
You're
and
in a
expanding,
car,
smashing
imagine
and
it
bashing.
streaking down the street behind your car. Hopefully you're not driving.
Right, hopefully. But if you are, I hope you like smashed. What's going on? Like all these weird pauses. It's so amazing. It's are these supposed to be like cue points to just keep blasting in your meditation? Wow, no. It's just weird and just very creepy. It's creepy. And I don't okay, I don't even okay, we'll finish it of course, but and of course, look, she's like, "Oh, are you finished yet?" No.
Visualize that it's such a strong expression of love that everyone you meet today, tonight, tomorrow, the next day will feel an instant connection with that love just by meeting you, just by encountering you.
Exactly, because all that this meditation does is gives you more power to deceive. Exactly, that's what it does. It doesn't give you more love. It actually depletes it because now you have to go and actually leech it off as other people. That's what it does. And so that's why you have to go and connect and start just spreading the swarm. Yes.
Imagine that the love is so strong that you won't be able to make any facial expression but that of a smile.
And that's why cuddle puddles and all this nonsense exists because people are so empty and they're following these false teachings that they're so bankrupt and just dashed on, and all of a sudden it's any love is good love, so they'll go and just have a huge cuddle puddle and just sad and weep and weep and weep and then wish and wish and wish, but all the time they're telling themselves that they're receiving a love. They say love, but it's a counterfeit love because it's just stealing from them. It's theft. It's violation. Okay? It's total just debauchery.
Imagine that it's so strong that you won't be able to move your body unless you're moving gracefully.
Wow. Like you must have so much love then because you move with so much. I mean, it's almost like slow motion. It's just like wow. Okay.
Perfectly.
Wow.
In tune with the highest form of health.
So just fake it till you make it, guys. Just fake it till you make it. Yes.
Let all your fears be gone completely. By letting all of your fears be gone completely, it will be literally impossible for anything frightening to ever happen to you again.
Wow. Lie. And I think I'll end it there, but I don't know. Listen, no fear. What are you talking about? I
You are a child of the most
Okay,
ever
this is
It
important.
will be literally impossible for anything frightening to ever happen to you again. You are a child of the most loving source imaginable. Letting all of your fears be gone completely,
Okay.
it will be literally impossible for anything frightening to ever happen to you again.
Okay, so you're saying let go of all your fears. Just, cut the tow line. Just let it all go. It's dead weight. Just go and ravage and pillage and savage and just smash some more. No. You don't get to decide because if it were that easy to just meditate and blast off into oblivion and then come back and then you have no problems, no. Listen, that's just the wormhole, okay? And you've bought into it, so now you have to feed it always, and you have to tell it your deepest, darkest secrets, and it's just insane, right? Because now it's with you, it's with you, and now it's not that fear can just get you anymore, and that you were the one that decided to get rid of fear. Wow, no, because it couldn't be possibly that you are denying overcoming. And then that you're just going with self-control and self-discipline and smashing, and you think you're hitting home runs and just letting go of your fears. Wow, without even humbling yourself or admitting that this is total foolishness and that you have to turn from your folly. and from the flesh, and realize that you're here to overcome and show the righteousness of the way in life, right, with the truth, because the truth is undefeated, and it's undeniable, okay, and it can always be the source of your becoming, no becoming, just the source of life, exactly, because there's no changing into anything, there's no becoming anything. You are what you are, okay, you are what you are, and it's exactly why it must be the pure responsibility of the individual not to smash and bash, but to uh, honestly admit wrong. Okay, admit that there is no actual way to, there's no billions and fractions of bash ways to get to life, because obviously it's not. There's life is life. Life is life. Life is life, and it's just everywhere, and it's showing, it's telling us, it's smashing it right into us every day. But no, we rather smash and just get bashed everywhere, anywhere but life, anything but life, guys, anything but life, because ultimately we're trying to create our own way of life, and ultimately the new life, the new life based on artificial everything. Yes,
You are a child of the most loving source of
which
all.
really means, okay, they're trying to create an artificial intelligence, and they've created a very convoluted storyline about what it is and what it could be. But no, it really means just bashing the actual intelligence that actually exists, okay, and just bashing it, and with just bashing that enough, and just completely just decimating it, and just pounding it day in and day out, just relentless, okay, just nailing, just driving, pile driving it, just amazing, just sodomy, just come on, just it's taking it to the to the races, okay, and just totally, it's just so many hands on that one thing, and just everywhere, just friction, just so much carnage, okay, it's just nasty, and this person loves it, this person loves it.
Imaginable. A child always has
And right, fear, and just because you got rid of all your fear, then you are the god, right? And of course, that's the ultimate deception. That is the lie. Because okay, let's just say you're a god, so you just rid of all your fears. So what are you doing? What are you doing then? Right? What is the purpose of life? Oh, purpose. I get to determine what that is, and I'm gonna go bang and just get bling and just smash and smash and smash some more, and then build a jet and go to Mars and Venus and just fly around in the multiverse because that's what I want. Yeah. No.
the best qualities of a parent. Because you were born from the source of love and light, you are a source of love and light.
This sounds like Satan saying, don't you want to eat? Listen, you can go and have what you already have, guys. Look, he Satan just basically deceived. It was the wordsmith that deceived the life into having some sort of aberration type of life that wasn't what they already had, but they were deceived to obtain what they already had. I mean, it's just a nonsense. It was just nonsense. It's perfect, and it's perfect, and it shows, and it's manifested everywhere, and you can see it, and you can see it. It's just sad that people like this, and just the mental state. I mean, it's just horrendous. And what is it? It's just grinder. It's just Tinder. All this. What? Just listen to the words. Grinder. It's just grinding you, smashing you. Tinder. It's just you're on fire. You're ablaze. You're Tinder. You're actually Tinder. You're just consuming in dust. Okay, it's nothing. And plenty of fish, whatever all these hookup, mashup, nothingness are, it's just false. It's false sense of hope. And the people that end up getting married, it's because they found somebody that just smashes them, and they love it. Okay, they love it.
I love all of you. I
Right.
hope this meditation was enjoyable for you. Continue to do it. Anytime.
Continue to do it and allow all these beastly entities to just ravage you. Yes, because it's awesome. It's the new trend. You can just mate with any ghost or any entity that you choose to, as long as you identify as it. So as long as you identify as whatever it is, and then you just blast off into oblivion, then that will be reciprocated, and you can just have amazing times. Okay, you can have amazing times and learn so much. And this non-existent nothingness can just expand to more oblivion nothingness, right? And it's just amazing.
Time you want to redo this, go for it. You don't need to watch the video every time. do it wherever you are.
Okay, that's it. And with that, I'm gonna say, look, this is very important because this is the look of being queued. You're queued. Okay, you're in the queue, and you're just been savagely just like demonstrably just monstered. You've been monstered. Okay, you've been ripped. You've been, I don't know what that is, in the sense of just ripped, but ripped, just torn up, torn up, torn up. Okay, and yes, you might think that you're beautiful, and yes, you're just so peaceful and graceful, and that just proves that you have so much love. It couldn't possibly be that you've been traumatized through rituals, ritualistic abuse, or any of these other tactics, where you come out in the middle of the desert with the folks like, you've been held in some outhouse somewhere, and for days, and now they finally cleaned you up and put some makeup on, and now they have some poster that you're reading from, and this is you because you've developed, Stockholm syndrome, so now you have some sort of empathy and sympathy and understanding for your captors, and now you're just parroting wherever they want, as long as you just get to not feel that pain again, which is exactly what you're describing in your nonsense. You're saying, oh, you got defiled by the entities, but no, that was a negative experience just based on your own just smash, right? Oh my goodness, wow. And of course, this, okay, this reminded me of this, and I'll show you. Right? This. Okay, and what is this? You might say. Well, you might say, wow, it's so powerful. It's just so powerful. It's so powerful, it's wow. And then you might put this out on your desktop and wow. But look what it is. Okay, it's this person. Okay, this person right there is this person. Okay, because that's what they worship. They worship the earth. The earth is their idol, okay? And they want it so bad that they want to become it. They want to be the dust. They want to be the dust because they are stardust, okay? And they want to join it so bad that they'll actually cover themselves in just dirt and clay. And they're showing yourself how they overcome and rise above. Just rise above, because you're made out of dust. So therefore, just, worship. Worship the dust. And this is what this person is doing. Just saying, worship the dust. Worship the dust, right? And it's, of course, worship the dust because you can just blast off into oblivion. And you can even just go to any multiverse you want and then blast off home runs and just knock out whatever you want, okay? You can do whatever you want. Apparently, a dream within a dream, and love and light, and all this nonsense circle jerking of pleasure. Okay, that's all it is. Because it's pleasure. Because amazing of all the pleasurable experiences that people share of having when they pray and possess, and they don't pray. They actually just call onto it and call a demon to come out, and then the demon demands their worship. Okay, and anyway, what are you talking about here? And so this is this. Okay, but here's the kicker, because even though, of course, the evil will not show itself for what it is, so of course it looks like this, but it's this. Okay, that's what it is. And of course, this is the truth about what's behind this. Okay, there's no denying that, because there's no truth of what she's saying, because what she's saying is what this person worships. Okay, I don't even know what this is, but this is if you put glasses on with a that would show you just the disgust. This is what you would see when you were watching this video. And I'm surprised that people would make it through the whole time if they actually saw this telling them everything that this person said. Okay? So think about that. Yes. Okay, I'll end it there.